Welcome into NFL Daily by Chat Sports. I'm Matthew Peterson, recapping all of the latest from day one of NFL free agency. Now, quick disclaimer, free agency in and of itself is a very fluid situation. So if more moves are made by the time we're done filming, just bear with us. But let's start from the beginning. Some lower level moves. Craig Reynolds going back to Detroit. Brandon Graham earlier re-signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Jonnu Smith, our first trade like an hour before free agency, going to the Atlanta Falcons to reunite with his old position coach, old offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, and the Patriots basically get a bag of footballs back. Now, the Falcons were not done there. They extended Chris Lindstrom to a monster contract, 5 years, $105 million. They brought back fullback Keith Smith. The Patriots, meanwhile, they re-signed cornerback Jonathan Jones, and then TJ Edwards got the party started. 45-ish minutes after free agency started, the Bears struck first, landing former Philadelphia Eagle linebacker TJ Edwards on a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. Speaking of the Eagles, Jason Kelce, he will be snapping the football to Jalen Hurts next year. Ben Powers later on signed with the Broncos, 4-year, $52 million contract. Nixon is going to the Packers. The Falcons bring on David Onyemata, defensive tackle from the Saints, where their new defensive coordinator came from, New Orleans, Ryan Nielsen. Andrew Beck is off to Houston along with a lot of other veteran players. Jarrett Stidham will be backing up Russell Wilson next year. Danny Johnson signed with the Commanders. Raekwon McMillan is on a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots. So who has been your favorite free agent signing so far? Whether it's one of the names we looked at already, which haven't been that many sexy names so far, or someone we're going to look at, let me know in the comments section. Maybe it's one of these next two right here. The 49ers landed Javon Hargrave, the coveted defensive tackle that everyone was drooling over. Ultimately, he lands in San Francisco, which was definitely not on my bingo card, but he goes over to the Bay Area. Mike McGlinchey, he got the bag from the Broncos. He'll be their new right tackle for the next 5 years, hopefully for Denver. $87.5 million, the most money given out so far. Nick Gates is off to Washington on a 3-year deal. Cam Sutton is up to the Motor City to be their CB2, maybe CB1, 3-year, $33 million contract. The Falcons, meanwhile, are busy once again, signing punter Bradley Pinion on a 3-year deal. Shy Tuttle, a former UDFA, goes from one NFC South team to another, New Orleans to Carolina. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, another quarterback moving. Well, he's going to the Raiders, where he's going to have a lot of fun at those pool parties with all the you-know-what stars there. 3-year, $67.5 million deal. Andrew Wiley follows his old offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, to our nation's capital, 3-year, $24 million contract. Connor McGovern is going to Buffalo. There are two Connor McGoverns. This is the Cowboys one, 3-year, $23 million deal. Mike White is going to be backing up Tua or backing up Skylar Thompson. I'm not quite sure, but the Dolphins love having an extra quarterback with Tua's injury concerns. Case Keenum returns to Houston, and Chase Winovich kind of surprised me. 3-year, $23 million contract for a player that basically did nothing last year for the Browns. So with that being said, we got more free agency tracker news to get to in just a quick moment. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Athletic Greens. Now, I personally take Athletic Greens literally every day because you can get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I recently gave AG1 a try because I hated taking pills/vitamins and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. It really helps me with starting my day on the right foot and getting into a healthier lifestyle. I start the day with making one great choice, AG1, and more healthy decisions then follow. Covering my nutritional basis for the day also couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water, drink it first thing in the morning, and done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day, which if you ask me is pretty good. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients, so win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That link's in the comments and the description of today's show. More free agency tracker news to get to here as the Texans, like we said, signed Mike Boone. Also, Jawan Taylor, he's going to the Kansas City Chiefs, leaving Duval, 4-year, $80 million deal to be their new left tackle to replace Orlando Brown. Corliss Waitman, the punter for Denver, he is returning after being tendered. Casey Kreider is off to the Giants. Jermaine Pratt, another of several linebackers who was signed today, is going to remain in Cincinnati, 3-year, $21 million deal. Josh Oliver is up to Minnesota on a 3-year contract. Wyatt Davis to the Giants. Von Bell leaves the Bengals for the Panthers. Ethan Posick is staying in Cleveland. 3-year, $18 million contract to snap Deshaun Watson some footballs next year. Hassan Ridgeway on a cheap 1-year, $4 million deal with the Texans. Nate Davis signing with the Chicago Bears, leaving the Tennessee Titans. 3-year, $30 million deal to be their new guard. Tremaine Edmonds, a big signing for Chicago. 4-year, $72 million deal. 50 of it is guaranteed. Cam Lewis signed with the Bills. Kevin Givens is with the Niners. Jesse Bates, 4-year, $64.02 million deal to sign with Atlanta. That is the 4th highest paid safety in NFL history. Alex Anzalano, 3-year, $18.75 million deal. Like that move a lot for Detroit. Now, if you want more NFL news, rumors, free agency, draft, really anything under the sun that falls under Roger Goodell's domain, we've got you covered here. Hit that sub button. The link is right below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. More free agency tracker stuff. Patrick Peterson is going to Pittsburgh on a 2-year deal. Rakeem Nunez-Roche with the Giants. Obo Okoronkwo with the Cleveland Browns on a 3-year contract. Cameron Dantzler is leaving Minnesota after getting waived. He is signing with the Washington Commanders. Jamel Dean has been retained by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 4-year, $52 million deal. Sam Darnold, we knew he'd end up somewhere. It's honestly a bit of a surprise, but makes a little bit of sense. It's the San Francisco 49ers because they don't quite know what to expect out of Trey Lance or Brock Purdy's injury situation come week 1. Brett Tolt is going to the Eagles. Cody Barton with the Commanders. Andre Dillard, a former first-round pick for the Eagles, is signing with the Tennessee Titans on a 3-year, $29 million contract. Matt Breida, the running back, is staying with the Giants for another season. Greg Zuerlein, another New York team, but this one being the Jets. Marcus Epps for the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, now the Las Vegas Raiders on what I think is a pretty cheap 2-year, $12 million contract. Good move by the Raiders. Chris Mannert's a tight end, a blocking tight end, one of 5 Broncos players signed today thus far, 3-year, $6 million. Brandon Facyson for the Las Vegas Raiders. David Long, he's off to Miami, one of several linebackers signed. This one just being 2 years, $11 million. Good acquisition by the folks down in South Beach. Bobby Okereke, 4 years, $40 million for a player that had over 150 tackles last year for Indianapolis. Bit of a steal if you ask me. Alex Singleton, speaking of guys who got a lot of tackles, he led Denver in tackles last season. The Broncos are re-signing him on a 3-year, $18 million contract. Safety Sam Franklin gets the tender from the Carolina Panthers. Center Bradley Bozeman re-signs on a 3-year, $18 million deal. And Duke Riley is going to Miami on a 2-year contract. So shout out your team and grade their moves. If your team is the Arizona Cardinals or the LA Rams or the Dallas Cowboys, who haven't done anything, I'm sorry. But if your team is the Chicago Bears or the Denver Broncos or the 49ers who have made some moves, shout out to you. Give me the grade down below in the comment section. And hey, if you got it this far in the video, thank you so much for riding and sticking with us all the way. Make sure to subscribe. If we get more subscribers, we can get you guys more video content. So help us grow our channel here at Chat Sports by clicking on that subscribe button. Plus, we'll be live for each day of NFL free agency starting tomorrow morning bright and early. So don't miss a thing with our free all-day coverage when you subscribe.